I fell asleep, and then I woke up right now. I was like, I never said goodnight. So it's like 3 in the morning. But anyway, that concludes yesterday. Good morning, y'all. We are in Bimini today, so I'm gonna go up top, take a look around from above the ship or whatever, and then here in a little bit I'm gonna actually get off and go explore. I don't have anything booked. Peter may be joining me, I'm not sure. He got a bit of an early start this morning and is feeling pretty tired, so that's okay. But I'll of course keep you posted. I'll take you with me. We'll see what we see, and we'll do what we do. And yeah, we'll talk soon. So I made my way up to the Lido deck to get some footage of the surrounding area. Peter, of course, wasn't the whole reason that I came on this cruise. It just kind of like made sense since he was there that we would hang out at ports. Unfortunately, when he's on board, he's basically always on duty, but he had gotten up to work the gangway that morning, so he was understandably pretty tired. All right, y'all, so it's a little bit loud right here, but hopefully this'll be usable. I've gotten a little bit of footage of the surrounding area. We're kind of far away, as is the norm for Bimini, because you have to kind of like get off and then take like a tram shuttle thing down and whatever. But since I'm not going anywhere, I'm not sure exactly. Some people use the tram as sort of like a scenic ride, right? And then they'll just do the whole loop and come back. So I might do that. But I'm gonna give Peter just a little bit longer. He's currently napping and stuff, so but we'll go from there. And yeah, what else? I guess that's it for now, but yeah. We'll talk soon. So I made my way up to the Lido deck, and there were a few people out there, but on port days, the guest areas are pretty scarce. And I was tempted to stay on board and just skip Bimini altogether since I'd been there before, but I quickly scrapped that idea because I told myself I was going to get off at every single port. But at this point, it was a good time to grab some lunch, so I had a couple of tacos and a margarita before I made my way down to the gangway to get off the ship. Peter did message me saying that he was going to relax for a little bit, and then if he felt up to it, he would get off a little bit later, which was perfectly fine with me, and so I went and got off the ship. I decided to do the walking path all the way down the bridge into Bimini. That in and of itself is a little bit scenic. There's not necessarily a whole lot there to see, but it's a good chance for some exercise, and you're surrounded by crystal blue, beautiful water. And that actually leads up into a public beach, so if you're a beach person, that may be the right spot for you. You can also book excursions or book day passes through the resorts and stuff that are in the area, which are all accessible via the tram that takes you around pretty much the entire area. I stayed out there by that public beach for 20 or 30 minutes or so, and I of course got a picture of the Welcome to Bimini sign before making my way back down the pier to the ship. That's where I observed some of the signage for the free shuttle and, you know, information about where it stops and all of that. And if I remember correctly from the first time I was there, it does run that loop pretty frequently. This time I just decided to observe things in the immediate walkable area. In the future, I plan to do more at Bimini. I know some people like to interact with the locals and everything, and I've not done that yet. You can easily grab a taxi into town, but I'm a little bit weary of doing that when I'm by myself. But anyway, I do like how nice and peaceful Bimini is. That's a port that's definitely good for relaxing on the beach and just chilling, which is probably the vibe that most people are looking for in the Caribbean anyway. All right, y'all, so that's Bimini. Unfortunately, Peter wasn't able to come down and join me, but that's okay. They really do have him working hard this week, of course. But anyway, so I just went down the walkway to like the public beach and stuff over there. There are a few places that you can go to for free, including like taking a little taxi into town and going through like different shops and stuff. And then of course there's all the resorts along the beach, which you can book excursions and day passes and stuff for. Bimini's very nice, one of the more beautiful, I think, of the Bahama Islands that the cruise ships go to. And it's also a single ship port, so it's not real crazy. It's a lot more relaxed than like Nassau and some of the other ones. So, but anyway, I'm gonna head back on board. My hair just will not cooperate today, of course. But anyway, good day so far. Lots more to come. We'll talk soon. One thing I love that Carnival does is they have a couple of members of the fun squad go out and welcome you back on board at ports. At Bimini, it's kind of silly because we're the only ship in port, but at other ports, it kind of like pumps up the whole crowd and, you know, it's a lot of fun. And Peter ended up having that duty that day, so I got to hang out with him and the others and sort of observe how they go about doing that. And the guests seem to really enjoy that interaction as they're coming back on board the ship. So I got back to my room to freshen up, and guess who got a bunny rabbit? I do love towel animals, as you know. So Bimini was okay. Yeah, I had a good time today. The water here is so beautiful. Some of the best in the Caribbean for sure. And I just walked around kind of like the public spaces, like I mentioned earlier. There's a beach right there and a couple of other places that you can go to for free. And there's also taxis that'll take you around to different places. And the tram system will take you to pretty much all the resorts if you have an excursion, especially and stuff. So, and the tram is free into, like, I guess, the main area on the other side of the pier, but then from there you kind of have to figure out your own way around. But Bimini's great. I always love it when I come here. It's better than Princess Keys in my opinion, but then less stressful than Nassau. Obviously Princess Keys is a private island and Bimini isn't, but it has kind of a similar vibe, I think, in that it's small and isolated and whatever, but just overall nicer, more to do, etc. But like I said, compared to Nassau, it's tiny and chill, and the locals are real nice and whatever. It's way less stressful. But yeah, so I'm gonna chill for now. Go grab a drink probably, because yesterday I only had like 5 or 6 drinks, which might sound like a lot to some of you, but when you paid for a Cheers package, you know, the goal is to get closer to 10. Some people try for 15 every day. 15 I think would kill me, and I'm quite a drinker. So if you do Cheers and you do 15, comment down below, let me know, because that's impressive. My sister Heather could probably do 15, actually. But anyway, yeah, so that's it for now. I'm sweating like a pig. I did the pier dancing thing with the fun squad, because Peter, the guy I'm here to hang out with or whatever, that was his duty this afternoon, and so I was standing there kind of dancing along with them awkwardly. I don't know if the rest of them, like, realize that I'm there because of Peter, or what the story is there, if they just think I'm like a lonely guy with no friends. I don't know, but anyway, it's all good. But yeah, we'll talk soon.
Soon after that, it was time for us to get ready to leave Bimini, so I made my way back up to the Lido deck to check that out. I'm a big fan of Sail Away and watching the ship push off from the dock as we make our way back out into the water. And at this point, the Lido deck was obviously more packed than it had been when I was out there earlier in the day. And at this point, I was hungry, but it wasn't quite dinner time yet since I had late dining, so I made my way into the deli to grab a wrap. The wraps, the turkey sandwich on a pretzel bun, and the Cuban are my favorite sandwiches on the Carnival Deli menu. They also do allow for some substitutions and changes if possible, so it's pretty easy to create your own sandwich. And then I went down into the lobby to grab a drink at the bar in there, and I hung out in there for a little bit before making my way up to Alchemy. And I of course had a few drinks there, and they even brought out some bar snacks at one point, which I thought was really nice. But after hanging out up there for a little while, it was time for me to head down to the theater. The first thing they had in the theater was the Deal or No Deal show, which is always fun. I've only ever observed as an audience member, I've never played along, but it is possible to win real money with that game, and Lee, the cruise director, did a good job of hosting it.
Deal or no deal?
No deal.
Yes.
The main event for the night, in addition to the Deal or No Deal show, was the Love and Marriage show, which is always a favorite of mine. But in between those two shows, they had another bingo session. I didn't play, but I thought I would just observe and wait out the time until it was time for the Love and Marriage show. Especially since Peter was the bingo host, I didn't really mind sitting there watching him do his thing.
What was the most unusual place you ever made ice cream? I'm really not good at winking. Ice cream with the person up here on the stage. What'd you write down, Nancy? Home. At home. It's the most unusual place, okay? James. What'd you write, James?
Can't read. Car.
Oh, I can read. I just want you to say it on the mic. A car. She said, I don't remember that. Most unusual place, what is it?
Kitchen table.
Kitchen table.
I eat there.
Great.
I eat there. No more.
The table that they eat at? Yeah, wipe it down. It's been clean, Scott says. What? And what did you write?
Kitchen table.
Kitchen table. All right, the most unusual place. What is it?
My mother's workplace.
My mother's workplace.
Say what?
What does she do?
Yeah, where's that at? I do want to
And
know.
I learned. What did you write? In a truck. I don't think that's the same answer. But now we know a little bit more about you.
After listening to live music in the lobby for a little bit, I made my way back up to the Lido deck because they had a deck party, and this consisted of a dance battle followed by the fun squad teaching us kind of like some new line dances and things, and I danced around for a little bit, but then I decided to go up to the upper deck and just observe from above, and the Lido deck always looks so pretty at night. Because I had had a wrap and everything earlier, I wasn't hungry when it was time for dinner, so I decided to skip the dining room again, but at this point I was getting hungry, so I stopped in and grabbed a slice of pizza before making my way back down to my room.
Alright, y'all, so that's a wrap. I fell asleep, and then I woke up right now. I was like, I never said goodnight. So it's like 3 a.m, but anyway, that concludes yesterday. What did we do? Bimini, obviously, and I hung out with the fun squad a lot, did bingo, did love and marriage, all the usual fun stuff. Was a good show. Good evening. I didn't go to dinner tonight, as you could probably tell. I don't really like the late dining as it conflicts with like some of the late night activities, I feel like, and that definitely rang true yesterday. It didn't work out with some of the stuff I wanted to do, so I just didn't go. I went to the Lido buffet instead and had a couple sandwiches and then late night pizza and all that. So anyway, I want to thank you all so much for traveling with me. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and y'all have a good night.